Well, good afternoon and a warm welcome to the High1 Resort Ladies Open in 2025. Timothy Lowe here, bringing you all the action these 4 days from High1 CC on the KLPGA Tour. It's a 1 billion Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week for the finest on the KLPGA Tour. And wouldn't you know it, there's a right old logjam at the top of the leaderboard. 7, yes, you heard me, 7 players tied for the lead at 3 under par. But of course, still early going and so much golf to be played. Here's a lady who's won 2 times at this venue. Han Jin-seon, first player in the championship's history to successfully defend this title. She's in that tie for the lead, and she has it all by herself, courtesy of a 4th birdie of that front 9, moving her up to the top of the board at 4 under. She does love this place, doesn't she? See that flag whipping in the breeze. Not only do you have to deal with all these elevation changes, highest golf club in South Korea, actually, High1 CC, but you also have to deal with this swirling, gusty breeze. So, be awfully interesting. This is Lee Shu-ying. She's on the 18th hole, her 9th hole of the day, having started on the back 9. Chance to move up to 3 under par. Lovely second shot, chased it in from the front of the green. This putt's got a lot of swing from right to left in it. Valiant effort. It's a solid front 9 for Shu-ying. 24 to the turn. Of course, the big championship in women's golf that everyone's going to be keeping their eyes on this week, the Evian Championship, getting underway at the Evian Golf Club. He jumped just 3 putted the 7th to fall to 1 over, and it should be good enough for a 2-putt par. Time winner on tour, 2 of them major championships, but going through a bit of a dry spell at the moment. Back to 9. Park Bo-kyum, Chon Honey Ladies Open champion, move herself into red figures for the championship. Confidently hold. Good birdie there for Park. Coming off a very untidy double bogey up on 7. Not exactly in birdie range here, but it's an outside chance. Scared the hole. Lovely effort. Can't expect to be making too many putts of outside 20 feet in a round of golf. To start the back 9 with the lady who once again leads this championship, Han Jin-seon, the 10th tee. Hasn't been particularly straight off the tee today. I'd rather be in the fairway than this juicy rough around High1 CC. Right to the lap of the gods if you stray into the longer grass. That's well done. Finds the left edge of the fairway. Meanwhile, to the first tee, just across the other side of this Majestic Clubhouse and Hotel complex. Bit now. Solid front line of 35 for the rookie. Should be a formality for Hyunju at 8. Okay. jump up to the 9th tee. Good par 4 this. Not overly long. You do play at altitude, so you do pick up a little extra distance. That kick back into the fairway for Jihan Sol. Not quite. Ball just sat down a little as well. Just coming off bogey at 18 is Ju Guy, so she's back at 2 over par. Her struggles over the last few seasons, been well documented, was a permanent fixture inside the top 10 on the KLPGA Tour some years ago, and the swing doesn't look any different for Hee Jong, but the results haven't been going her way the last 18 months or so. She's a 5-time champion, 2 majors, something that no one will be able to take away from her. Here's a lady who is certainly riding high on some form. Ju has not finished outside the top 10 since the NH Ladies Championship back at the beginning of May. No missed cuts this season. Only 2nd on the points list and 6th on the money list. It's been quite the year for the 20-year-old. Now, 218. Lovely start to her championship. Has this to tie Jin Son at the top of the leaderboard. Too many complaints of players turning in 33 this week. Solid start for Lee Ji-hyun. Kang Ji-sun has just moved alongside Han Jin-sun with a 4th birdie in her first 6 holes. So she is absolutely flying on the back 9 of the golf course. Jin Young can't seem to get out of neutral. She's going to stay at 2 over par. EA1, the #1 ranked player on the Korean Tour, in action this afternoon. Coming into our featured window of coverage shortly. The opening day at a breezy High1 CC rolls along with 2 at the top, Han Jin-sun and Kang Ji-sun leading the way on Thursday. of those 5 victories for John came back at this championship in 2021. Just a little pitching wedge into the 9th. Can't take advantage of these opportunities. That's the problem. Coming downwind, hot first bounce. It's a maple chip from back there. Not a green to work with, pitching into the breeze. Out to the start of the back 9, and your co-leader, Han Jin Son. Left hole location on this par 4 today. Downhill slightly, so just a smooth wedge, you have to say. Trust that breeze. Straight down, plenty of elevated green should create a little more spin. Wind helping, so knock that ball flight down a touch. Played for the big bounce and never got it. Roh Seung-hui, former Korean Women's Open champion. Tee shot at par 3/8. Water all the way at the short of this green, so you don't want to be there, but you want to be right there. Beautiful stuff from Roh. To 18. Kyung-gun. Triple run on the way. Cozied up there, so she's gonna win her championship. 2 under par front 9, still got a lot of golf left to play. Jin Sun, hard to find anyone in the field who knows or likes these greens better than 2-time champion. It's a birdie putt that should be sliding from left to right. Hammered that one through the brakes, stays straight, and that is not what you would call stone dead for par. So this was a pretty makeable chip. Don't have to play it with a lob wedge. You can gap wedge or even a pitching wedge. Don't overcomplicate this. Get a little grass caught between club face and ball, so it'll knock some spin off. And pick a landing spot and have it roll out like a putt. That's a 6 out of 10, you have to say. KLPGA Championship winner. So very nearly getting that one to drop at the par 3. These are always a little nervy. I think she needs to start this one outside the hole, but you got to keep that head steady. Bogey free on the day. Nope, straight push. You can see it straight off the putter face. And that is a very clumsy bogey. Again, having only wedge in hand to walk over the 5, you will be kicking yourself. So that's going to leave Kang Ji-sun all alone at the top of the leaderboard. This putt will get your attention. Get over a little ridge. Downwind, and that breeze is strong enough where it's going to start to affect balls on the greens. You can see it. I think it's going to just settle up a foot away and just rolls out another foot and a half. After that terrific tee shot, Wilson we convert. No, she can't. I'm just trying to wonder if that breeze is starting to affect some of the players on these greens. We're seeing a lot of very poor putts. They don't even start online. So chance goes a begging for Seung Hui. Hard work at this hole, John. That's nicely recovered. Good up and down. Former champion. I think this is going to be awfully complicated for Yu Hyun-ju. Just see that breeze being in the back of the players' minds. Ian. Just be a smooth 9, you have to say, into this par 5. Nicely controlled there. To toss out an anchor well. Good chance. Get herself back in the right direction, coming up at 11. It is the highest elevated golf club anywhere in South Korea, High1 CC. So suffice to say, you're not going to find too many flat lies around this golf course. Back to the 8th tee, and the first look of the day. At the last week's winner. I beg your pardon, the defending champion, Ko Ji-yu. Just a wedge here. Already won this season. The McCall Mona Park Ladies Open. Shots like that, you can see why. A very solid year for her. 8 top 10s, including that victory. Started the year with a runner-up finish in Thailand at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. But it's Kang Ji-sun who leads the way after Han Jin-seon's bogey at 10 here in the opening round at High1 Resorts. Nice view from down the line at this par 5 11th, 100. So I'm just trying to leave it handy. I have to say, going left is not preferred on this hole with sand and water down the port side. Of course, Jin-Seon knows that. That Birdie is going to do little to dampen her spirits. Always loves returning to High1 resorts. Up at the green, in Jin Young. Get back in the right direction in this opening round. Uphill look for birdie. Beautifully holed. So back within 5 now of Ji-sun. Still so much golf to play in this 72-hole championship. Seung-hui, second into the 9th. Haven't seen too many close to this whole location. Much to do with it. There's that helping breeze. Bouncing a lot of balls over the bat. Play too much for that win. It comes up short. It's about as good as we've seen anyone. Nicely controlled it. Ju. Pretty thickish lie. Not the ideal angle to be coming into this pin from. So just doing the right thing. Playing out towards the middle of the green. Was a watershed moment for Hong Jung-min at the KLPGA Championship this year. It's just given her so much confidence to believe that she can win some of the biggest championships on tour. She just looked like a new player. Struggled to close the door in the past when she was in contention. And she's finding the spotlight and the attention and expectation. A bit more comfortable. It's a very gettable hole location, kind of the right side of the green, so water's not going to be in play for the approach to 11. Just trying to cut one in there. Wasn't quite enough cut on that, and that's fine. Turned in 2 under par. What can she muster on her back nine? Cause for concern there for E.G. Hyun 3. It'd be very helpful if we had a fairway camera down there to be able to see where that's ended up, but we'll just have to check scoring. Now, Bo Kyum. Look at this. Keep chasing. Park Bo Kyum, center cup. Well, that's a dream start to the back nine for Park Bo Kyum. Gosh, that rolled like a butt. That was majestic. Take a bow. What a 3. Watch this one again. Just a little smooth wedge. Trap it. Keep it low and chasing. I mean, 10 feet out, that looked like it was going to hit the stick. Brilliant eagle there for Park. Top that one, if you can, Shi-hyun. Just expect this to be coming in a little bit higher. Should just be a full sand wedge, a gap wedge. Right over that mound that Bulkion pitched it into. And one hop and stop it. Pitched it a little too far. Still a very solid shot. Xionghui saw from a couple of the shots from back here. He moves hard to the right, this buck. Just hit that too hard. About a ball outside the right. Yeah, well holed. Making steady progress, as she usually does. Barrage of birdies, colourful card, but it all tots up to a front line of 34. Well, she knew that with that tee shot, this is probably about the shortest birdie putt that she could have left herself on the 10th green. And all things considered, you should be happy to leave the 10th hole with a 4. Tee shot, defending champion. And it's going to lead to a birdie. So Koji Yu off and running. Defense of her title, breaks the string of pars in the best possible fashion to move inside the top 20. Now, Jihan Sol. Cracking second. Only about 4 feet away for birdie, but she needs to leave the pin in, and that shadow is awfully distracting, I have to say. But it matters not. Han Jin Sun, got to send this one out right. Ball's going to work off that little side slope. Just feed it left towards the cup. Of course, it has to be said that Kang Ji Sun's just made a bogey. So now that means there's 9 players tied for the lead. He's used to fairly congested leaderboards. At the High1 Resorts Ladies Open, it's just that kind of golf course. Very hard to get any sort of separation from the field, especially so in the opening round. Back to the formidable 18th hole. An opportunity for one of those 9 players to break out. This is Jo Hye Lim. got half a chance. It's got every chance. So, game of musical chairs at the top of the leaderboard continues. And now Jo-Hye Lim finds herself one clear. With 9 to play on Thursday. Follow along if you can at home. It's going to be a topsy-turvy day. It's going to be a topsy-turvy week here at High1. So you see, you just had a feeling. Kim Si-hyun to get herself inside the top 20 and into red figures. Birdie chance on 11. Going to fall off low. Park Bo-kyung, unsurprisingly, with the honour on 12 after that early candidate for shot of the week, that hole-out eagle at 11. Now, Jin Sun has one cut in the KLPGA Tour this year. He only has 4 top 10s. Well, I say only. He's a runner-up at the Celtrion Queens Masters in June. So there's Lee Young. Back-to-back top 10s coming into this week. Im Jin-young for back-to-back birdies. Up ahead on the green. Oh, back-to-back birdies indeed for Jin-young. And, well, wanted that round to go back in the right direction. You'd certainly say she's trucking now. There's 4 bogeys in a row. Really damaging that front 9 scorecard. But she is more than making amends for it on the backside as we go back up to the tee. Average at best with the driver so far today. Kim Si-hyun. Turned in 1 under par at Ro Seong Hui. Slightly below her feet, but coming in with the optimal angle to this left hole location on 10. And she'll take advantage. Lovely shot just outside of where we saw Jihan Sol earlier. But a very good opportunity to get to 2 under par now. Just into the right rough. Park Bo Kiom on 12. Got to play for a bit of a jumper. Oof, did not get all of that. That was clunky. It almost looked like she decelerated into the rough there. Which is not what you need from the thicker grass. Hong Jung Min, poor angle, unlike Seong Hui, so has to use the front portion of the green if she wants to access this pin. Looks like she's gone for the high floater. Did she get the favourable kick? Oh, got that to stop very quickly. Some great hands from Hong Jung Min. 3 excellent shots for that group into 10. Now, Jin Seon can go on the attack. Just a little grip down wedge left for her. Coming off a little bit of an upslope, you're going to get more purchase in height on this one. You really got to make sure you try and keep that weight on the front side. Drive your weight into that upslope. You want to hang back and flip at this. Yeah, punch through that one nicely. That's a solid shot. Superb approach from out of position. Left Hong Jung Min an opportunity to get herself into that big jam for second, and just skirts that by the right edge. Gai Young has had a rotten start to her championship. 3 over par for the reigning Celtrion Queens champion. 3 times a winner on tour now. That's going to make her feel a little better. Good birdie there for Gai Young. Bo Kiom, not where you want to be. Short of the green, and well, a lot of work to do for par now. So we minimal movement in this putt, just about picking out that right line, keeping the head steady. Short putts, easier said than done when greens are quick and conditions are blustery. Should be Shi-hyun to putt for birdie first. See a lot of players taking that little sip of water before putting. It's a very popular trend, let's call it. It's made its way into the professional ranks. See a number of LPGA Tour stars doing it. A couple of players in the men's game as well. Ryo Hisatsune on the PGA Tour, who doesn't actually swallow the water, swirls it around in his mouth as he stands over a putt. Scott Vincent, the Zimbabwean, who picked up his 2nd win on the Asian Tour's International Series last week in Morocco. He was taking a big swig of water before every putt he hit. Didn't hit many of them on the weekend. See if it works out for Shi Hyun here. Picked up a first birdie of the day at 8. Should make it back to back on 9. Oh, had a chance, just didn't hit it. Not the best layup for Yoo Hyun-ju on 11. Ball slightly above her feet. Easy to catch these heavy. And she's still in the bunker now. You're just off your game slightly. This golf course can punish you. So a par putt for Park Bo-kyung after her heroics on 11. Just to consolidate that 3 under par total. Oh, very nicely holed. Had to work for it, but she'll be proud to pencil in a 4 at the 12th. As long as this isn't plucked, this shouldn't be too hard of a shot. Grabbed a little quick. One-time outright leader, Kang Ji-sun. She's found the rough off the tee, so had to lay up on 18. This now her 3rd. Pretty good, giving herself a chance to escape with a par after that hot start. 4 under par through her first 6. Jin-seon get back to 4 under and join Jo-hye Lim top the leaderboard. Oh, thought she had that one, but unfortunately just dives away at the end. Championship leader by 1, despite not having her best day off the tee. Should be able to clear that right-hand bunker. Oh yes indeed. She goes through the green, Jo-hye Lim. So up and down from there. Could give herself a little breathing room. It's up the board. As Shi Hyun looks to just brush this one in for a 4. No mistakes. Let's check in on Im Hee-jung, back on 11. Right to left here. Let's hit with some pace. A little too much pace. Yeah. control these greens. It's been a little wonky opening round.
일로 가야 돼. 슬라이스가 있어.
See those pink bunkers feature year in, year out at the High1 Resorts Ladies Open. A bit off the tee keeps it short of them, but Park Wo-kyom's not done a very good job trying to keep that in the fairways. We go back to Yoo Hyun-ju, who is struggling for par at the par 5. Because of a poor layup. That'll lead to a bogey. She can't make another, can she? Surely not. For 3 in a row. Jin Young. Stats say there's a 20-1 chance this one drops. And stats were right. There's a very skinny fairway, skinny target up ahead for the players, but if you do find it, pretty accessible pin location today.
Okay, shot.
And this left to right putt just going to stay high. Wow, that was a putt for double bogey, so Lindsay Lynn. Yikes. It's at 38. said you could attack this pin after you found the fairway. Jin Hyun's done the first part. Come up the hill to this raised green. And just didn't quite pitch that far enough. But still, decent opportunity for a birdie. To avoid another drop shot. Leading by 1 3 holes ago. Find himself trailing by 2. Is that going to kick forward? Oh, you bet. Tee shot for Joe Lim. Pretty basic up and down, one you'd expect to get up and down more often than not. Lots of green to work with. Oh, undercooks that one just a touch. Beautiful. Nicely controlled there from just inside of 80 yards. Just waiting to see that spark again in Hee Chong. Just feel the confidence has taken a bit of a battering over the last year or so. But shots like that should help. Again, just been the putting that's been a little off for Hee Chong. Should be able to create a lot of spin on this Yu Hyun Ju. Throw it a little long, try and back it up off that slope. Pull that one. A bit longer than she would have liked for birdie, but it's an opportunity nonetheless for Jo Hye Lim. Just been that kind of performance today. Really good. 3 birdies in a row. 4 out of the last 5 holes, and suddenly opened up a 2-shot gap. Now, first look of the week at the 14th hole. Beautiful. Brand new mattress. There's a hole-in-one prize this week. Jin Young's got 7-iron. Poor day for moneyless leader EA1, 4 over par, but chance to get one of those shots back here on 10. That's more like it. It's the last championship before a little break in the KLPGA tour, and she said it would really mean a lot to be factoring this week and perhaps add another title to the mantelpiece, get to double digits overall, and just take some momentum going into the second half of the season. little of a struggle early doors for EO1 as we go back to Jin Son. Birdie look at 13. She does love these greens. Han Jin Son, 5th birdie of the day. Back within 1 of Jo Hye Lim. Hyunju just pulled that second shot. Very poor with only wedge in hand, and that is a woeful effort for birdie. The amount of break that Kim Shi-yoon's looking at here. Just snap straight left. I read that well, just a little pacey. Hee Jung at 12. Gotta hit this one hard now or it falls away right. Oh, just overread that. Kyum should join her playing partner at 4 under par. Much straighter putt. Ooh. Dives off left.
Okay.
Not exactly tempted to say good try. Need to be hit so hard to stay online. Just a par. Solid tee shot on 14 has created this opportunity. In Jin Yong, get herself 1 under par. Yep. Ooh, thought she had that, and ooh, that's still a ways to go for par. That's a good positive putt. Lindsay Lin, how does she bounce back from that horrible double at 18? After that, let's call it sketchy birdie attempt. Hyunju to remain at even par. All right, nicely hold. Well brushed in for Jong's part. It's birdie she needs if she wants to catch Joe here. Lim, please make some inroads in the opening round. And don't want to undo all the good work you've put in so far on the back nine, Jin Young. Thankfully she won't. Nicely hold out for a par. Jin Seon. Seen a couple of good tee shots on this par 3 already. Holes in the back left corner of the green today. Just hang on. It's going to try and come around off that slope. Down you come. It's going to be a quick one. Look good in the air, but that's just going to go kicking off towards the back left of the green for Park Bo-kyum. The play, you can see, just to toss this out a little bit right of the pin, trying to use the contours to funnel the ball a little left, but you pitch it too far up the green. It just kicks hard towards the back edge, and you don't really fancy your chances. Of course, if you leave it up high right, like Han Jin Seon did, he himself with a pretty quick putt. It's going to camber around, but it's in three-putt country. Hong Jung-min, chance to move to 3 under.
Nice birdie.
The KLPGA Championship winner on the move. There's birdie there for Hong. Championship leader, second shot to the second. And that one's going to find its way up to the middle level of the green. And look at the doozy of a putt she's got now for birdie. Jungmin fresh off a birdie back at 11th. Second shot now to the 12th. Bring it out of the middle of the fairway, just a gap wedge in hand. Expect this one fairly close. So, birdies are starting to be made here in the opening round of the High1 Resort Ladies Open, and it's Jo Hye Lim who's hit the front at 5 under par. So a fairly slow putt for Bo Kyom at 14. It's going to be working from left to right as well. Makes its way to the cup. Absolutely hammered that, but you can just fall away. Seen a couple of good approaches to this whole location, especially if coming out of the fairway, so good chance for Yoo try to get that round back under control. Had it to 3 under early before that double at 7. That's pretty good. First part of this putt could be fairly flat. Now just fall away from her. Gets to about the halfway mark. Decent effort. You can see him. Yeah. And she was playing her best. She ate up these opportunities in Hee Jung. She's such a prolific ball striker with her irons. Created so many good opportunities. Just the difference now. Not quite as sharp. Poor speed control on the putting greens. Sometimes you walk off greens with bogeys. I imagine Han Jin-son would have been paying attention at Kim Shi-hyun's putt. It made its way down the hill. Very similar line to Kim. Slightly different angles. It should move a little more off her left. Not one that she could have been too aggressive with. Happily take 2 putts from there. Stays within 1 of Hye Lim's lead. Catch keep on trucking. Jung Min. Enjoying a good little run of scoring round the turn. Can't get that one to go at 12 though. I'm going to say this is just a right edge putt for Park Bo-kyung. Sloppy, really sloppy for Bo-kyung. That's going to tumble her out of the top 10. Just got to watch the pace on this putt. Fairly flat to start, then just teeters a little downhill towards the end. No problem if the hole reaches up and grabs that. That's a nice bonus birdie for Im Hee-jung. Balances her books for this opening round. And the tournament leader comes up this steep rise, and then it just flattens out when he gets to that back plateau. It's going to settle down. Easy to do that. Just hammer it a little too hard. A knee knocker remaining for Jo Hye Lim to stay 1 clear of Jin-seon. Lee Hyun-ju. Can she follow in Hee-jung for birdie? Not quite. Another lengthy par putt. Okay, this also off a par. On the other side of the golf course.
Nice putt.
Very nicely done. Good 2-putt. Lead remains intact for Joe.
God. I go.
Okay. She's given herself some unnecessary stress on this back nine. Hyunju. So, 4 holes to play for Hanjin Son, the last of the par 5s here, 15.
Okay, shot.
Just playing for position, really. She's just been joined at 4 under par by Oh Kyung-eun. Birdie the third to move into that share of second within 1 of Jo Hye Lim. A little bit further up, this 454-meter hole is where we find Im Jin Young. Only missed 1 green today. Oh, that's a good break. Just clatters into the ball of a playing partner, so the original ball will be replaced. She's going to have herself a decent early opportunity. Jung can do on the 14th. Should be nothing more than a 7-iron. I have to say, I've always liked that golf swing. Good shoulder turn, nice compact move. Really compresses the ball nicely. Maybe too nicely on that occasion. Easily a club too long. To be pitched sort of halfway between the front edge of the green and the pin. So a little bit of short game work needs to be done. After that fortuitous carom off her playing partner's ball, Im Jin Young, this slightly uphill left to righter to get to 1 under par. Well, that's called taking advantage of a good break. Nice 4 there. Great back 9 working for Im. Yeah, Roh Seung Hui will do pretty well from a hanging lie at 10. Adding a little upslope to the equation now at 13. Very nicely navigated. It's all about reading the lies. You're in the rough. How's that ball going to come out? Are you paying attention? Does it come out slow? Does it come out fast? The only way to get really good is just experience. Yet to miss a green today, Hum Jung Min. It's not going to start here at 13. Well played. Looks like a bit of a scratchy lie for Im Hee Jong through the back of the green, but there's room to work with here. Should come out a bit like a knuckleball. Scuttle that one along the ground. Try and get rolling out like a putt. Very nicely managed. Might be a little frustrated after a clumsy bogey back on 14, but still 2 under for her round. Not going to get much spin on this coming from the semi-rough on 15. Jung Min. So this putt earlier, it snaps left if you're not careful. Well read and well hauled. Great birdie there for Hong. Oh, 3 now tied. 4 under par within 1. Cho Hye Lim. So we at least a cup and a half a break from this angle. Well read and well hauled as well. Good putt. Hong Jung Min. Ro Seung Hui, excuse me. Hong Jung Min 2. 100 This is her 3rd shot, not her 2nd, as that graphic would have you believe. There you go, that's much better. Coming from the fairway, it can be a little bit more aggressive than Park Bo Kyum. Superbly done. Remember, her only 2 wins on tour have come at this championship in back-to-back years. Here's your championship leader. At around 30 feet for birdie at the 3rd. Just get the cup there. Good effort. Close to the screen and 2. Pretty simple pitch. Just allow for some release. Okay, that is smidgen too far. And we'll hold on the correct section. Not her best effort, has to be said. Country effort at 16 for Im's birdie. Had to take a mighty swipe at that. So hard to keep that putter face stable when you're making that big of a swing. It's got to be pretty slow from the middle portion of the green. Just got to give this a good thump. Just not quite hard enough. Solid 2-putt. Going to keep Joe here firmly affixed at 5 under par atop the leaderboard, leading by 1 over the trio of Oh Kyung-eun, Hong Jung-min, and Han Jin-son. There is Jung-min at the par 3 14. Shot plays slightly uphill. 6-iron feels like a lot of club for Hong. She's just trying to float one in past the front edge of the green. Drifts a little wide. To tie the lead. Pretty straight this 100 zone. It's about keeping that putter face square at impact. Oh, tried to get away, but it didn't. Jin-seon back atop the leaderboard at 5 under par with 3 to play in this opening round. Swing for Jin-young in this, and that's a really good 2-putt. Tell you what, if you get strokes gained as a stats category in the KLPGA Tour, from that range, you are gaining strokes on the field. You are more likely to 3-putt it from 70 feet than you are 2-putt it. So well done, Im Jin-young. Let's see that beautiful BMW. It's worth about $120,000 US if someone were to ace the 16th. Of course, it's the first person to make an ace. Son got a little stuck there. Well, dropped inside, tried to save it with the hands at the bottom of the swing, and it's worked out all right. Play a very nice little pitch from the back of the green. Hong Jung-min looking to do the same. But you know, the shot, try and scuttle it along the ground. She's tried to do that with a bit more loft. And that one is going to be a bit of a tester. Front right edge of the green is where the players will be looking to pitch it on the 16th. Right there. Should take the slope and funnel on. Yeah, couldn't draw it up any better for Kim Shi-hyun. Seen 2 good tee shots from her playing partners. We'll see if Bo Kyung can follow them in. So she's got 9-9. She's going to have to step on it. That looked like a pretty smooth swing. Just didn't see how 9 was going to carry all the way to the front edge of the green. Not the worst spot to be chipping from. Parity at the top of the leaderboard. Jo Hye Lim is joined by the two-time champion Han Jin Seon off the strength of a 6th birdie of the day, with just 3 holes to play. Like I mentioned a bit earlier, not the most complicated chip shot that the players will face. Looks uphill as well. Just throw it out a little right. Have it scuttle along. Not for the first time. We've just seen a player undercook that. Some deceleration, unnecessary deceleration going into those chip shots. And he jumped. Hardly been setting the course alight, but remaining patient and plodding as she has done throughout her career. She's given herself a nice look in this 15th hole to this back left pin. I've been fairly receptive. The breeze has calmed down. Just try to play a little low skipper. executed nicely, just a little off with the start line. To move one in front now, Han Jin-seon on 16. Look, bends a little from the right. A lot of good putts today, Han Jin-seon. She made her fair share, don't get me wrong. She's just saving them all up for the weekend. She bids to collect a third High1 Resorts Ladies Open crown come Sunday afternoon. Now, this is a bit of a finicky one for Yu Hyun-ju. Got to almost ride the rail along the fringe because it's going to shoot right once it gets past the crest. Really nicely done. Good touch. Two good hits, and that is going to be a two-putt birdie for Yu Hyun-ju. So back inside the top 20 and back to red figures. It's been untidy on occasion. Remember the last par 3 on this back nine? A putt of similar length, which she missed. Got to hit this hard enough. Take the break out of it and force that in. So another drop shot in a par 3, and despite the heroics of that hole-out eagle on the 11th, Park Bo-kyung back at just the 1 under. So Jo Hyo-lim now at the scoreable par 5 fourth, 92 meters in. Tempted to see. The tee shot deserved a birdie, but nothing is guaranteed in this great game of golf. Doesn't she know it? It's the kind of range that players who have struggled with their putting don't mind. No expectation to hold it, but you can give it a bit of a free run. Grabs a piece of the cup, but not enough to fall in. I want to say that this is the last real good birdie opportunities for the players at High1 Resorts. Stern par 4 18th. No easy task. And Han Jin-seon's given herself every opportunity with a huge tee shot at 17. Look at that one run like a scalded dog. Still, she'd take a par finish for around a 67. That would be excellent scoring. What's been a tricky afternoon to start this year's championship. Back a hole to the 16th, and Yu Hyun-ju is trying to drop this one on that front right corner of the green. It's a little long. All in all, a solid tee shot. firm first bounce, just shot that towards the back of the green. Heerlin now putting back into the breeze for a birdie. Ooh, how does that one stay out? It looked like it was just going to grab the right edge, but that ball had other ideas. Well, she'll feel like she's played a lot better than her score indicates today. Kim Shi-hyun. Still 2 holes to try and pick off a birdie. Hee-jung. How precise can she be? 7-iron, that should be the right club. Look a little right. Let's try and hit your number. Certainly a good pass at that one. And that's the kick. Oh, just dies a little. That needed to carry maybe a yard more. Unlucky. She'll have a birdie look. Jin Young, outside chance at the 17th. Unfortunately, Jihan Seoul now back the wrong side of par. One over. If they're right to left ball fight, she's going to have to start this right at the green, try and bend it back. That's a very nice kick. Poor first putt. There's a lot to do. Putts. Boy, did they hurt. See that pin location on the left-hand side of the green. There's just a little ridge that splits the putting surface into front and back sections. So when you're coming out of the rough, it does make this a little bit more complicated. The way that Kim Shi-hyun keeps it on that back edge, she's got to land this short of that upslope, try and have it take some of the sting out, and then the ball release over that. She carries this onto the back step. It's going to go shooting off long. Pitched at the front of the green, and we'll take the slope around. And that is a very clever shot there from Kim. Really nicely played. Bokion wasting little time. She can carry it into that back corner, try and get it to stop with spin. Jin Seon knows the contours of this green, but can only hit the fairway. He's going to have a lot more control coming in. Be very aggressive. Throwing out a little right. Ooh, just into the upslope. That needed to carry maybe 3-4 yards more. And that would have taken the slope. It's a game of fine margins. Now, Hong Jung-min, couple of holes further back. Third to the 15th. She's lurking. She's given herself a great opportunity to move into a share of the lead. Second title of the year is Hong. At the top, Anjin Sun and Jo Hye Lim here in the closing stages of the opening round at High1 Resorts. Putt's going to move downhill and quite sharply to the left for Han Jin Sean, right around the midpoint. Yeah, that's good effort from there. He's got the best scoring average of any player in the field at the High1 Resort. Ju. Downhill slider for birdie at 16. Okay, that's a bonus. Takes a little victory lap, but pops in for back-to-back birdies. You want to see he deserves a birdie or two, Kim Shi-hyun. Played the right shot coming out of the rough, used the contours of the green nicely. For the first time today, slightly off with the read. Can't get that one to drop in he jump. She'll stay even par. Spot to be putting from for Park Bo-kyung, pretty much straight up the hill. Getting a little frustrated up there, Park Bo-kyung, but all you can do is look to the heavens and smile sometimes. Shot from Ji Han Sol. Is going to yield a birdie. The 5-time KLPGA Tour winner back to even par. Big grind out there for Han Sol today. Now, to tie the lead, Hong Jung-min at 15. Doesn't come back from out there. Misread there. The chance goes a begging for Hong. Get a good tee shot away. With her barrel, she can definitely get it to stop in that left section, but you've got to find the short grass. This one looks like it might be heading right. Doesn't take the friendly kick, and she's going to have to manufacture something from there. Just up the front of the green at 13. That one needs to hit the flagstick. Oh, thankfully it did for Sung Yoo Jin, because that was motoring. Looks like there's just a little bit of breeze turning into the players on this 17th tee, so really important to This one off to a good start line. Any sort of side spin will be exacerbated by this headwind. Just stay on the right edge of the fairway. To 16, and Hong Jung-min. I'd say this would be somewhere between 8 and 7-9 for her, leaning more towards that 8. Just try and be aggressive through the impact area. Sounded like solid contact. Wouldn't you know it is? It is, you know. Oh, that close to an ace for Hong Jung-min, and surely now she will move to 5 under par. Stunning stuff from Hong. Yeah, back to Jo Hye Lim. 4th shot on the 5th. To scramble for par and a par 5, not what you want to see, although half a revolution away from the unlikeliest of birdies. Ball above her feet does promote a little draw spin, which isn't a bad thing with the ball in the back left section of the green. Took a pretty hard kick. It's just going to settle up into that rough. So to 18, Jin Young. Outside chance to end her day in red figures. This putt coming downhill and working off the right. 73 just tip from front to back, so can't get away from her if she's not careful with her pace. Still plenty of respect there. Definitely want to go any of this short of that little upslope Yu Hyun-ju. It is. Start to camber left. Well played shot.
Good shot.
Yep, good 2-putt. Level par 72. Get her week underway here at High1 Resorts. It was a great back nine till that untimely bogey at 17. Four straight bogeys right in the middle of the front nine. She's done well to pedal back. You want to say it's a bit of a controversial finishing hole. I certainly think so on the KLPGA Tour, maybe in any women's tour in the world of golf, because you can't hit driver off the tee. You see there's that big pond. So it encroaches right into the landing area. So you're coming in with the hitting less than driver off the tee, and then you're still a long ways back. So the longer hitters can get sort of 5 irons, maybe the odd 6 iron on it. But for most of the field, you're coming in with hybrids. Try and hold it on a green that slopes so severely from front to back. It's a very curious design choice, and I'll try to be as politically correct as possible. You'll land short, but then look at that. There's no chance to hold the green, especially coming out of the rough. In practice rounds, a lot of players dropping balls from over the back of the green. They know there's a better than average chance that they're going to be playing that spot at least one of the days. After that stellar tee shot, Hung Jung-min with nothing left. And this birdie, and that deuce makes it 3 players at 5 under par. That's an 8th birdie of the day. Well done, Hung Jung-min. That close to an ace. Jin Song. Got to land this short of the green. Sat down as well. Oh, no, takes the bounce off that slope, kick straight left, and this has to be the hardest green to hit in regulation on the KLPGA Tour. I can't think of one that's more impossible, or harder, I should say. I've seen a couple of birdie opportunities, but they've been few and far between on the closing hole. Played a delightful little chip shot from just over the back of the green on 14. So much better looking lie on 17 for the E-Jump. Shot remains the same. A little scuttler.
슬라이스 순결이에요.
Also from the rough. Oh, it's going to chase on, but is it going to hold? There's your answer. Well, that's pretty good. Ju. It's a pretty similar looking putt to the one she just holed for birdie on 16. Slightly downhill and just tailing off to the right at the end. You got a good mental picture, having just done it a hole ago. Can you replicate it on 17? Oh, lost that one right very early. 4 on 17 by no means a bad score. Despite some wobblies in the middle of her round. She's hanging tough at 2 under. We'll go back to the defending champ on the 16th, who unfortunately is back at even par after a couple of bogeys. That nice kick up, and she'll have a good look. Those players who is really sworn by those anti-torque mallet-headed putters. Real popularity, both the men's and the women's game. Lab golf. Lab stands for lie angle balance. Untorque yourself is the motto. Lab golf recently won their first major championship with JJ Spawn. Was it 69 footer in the US Open at Oakmont? Finish in the rain. That was a chaotic US Open Sunday. going to send this one out. I would say a good 7-8 feet out to the right of the pin. 2 hops to get it to check, and then just left. Just didn't quite hit it hard enough. The other side of the golf course, Joe here, Lim. One of you are now 3 co-leaders. Tee shot at the par 3-6. Needs that one to take a chair. And, well, she's on the dance floor, but that's nowhere near where the band is playing. That's going to be a stern task of trying to putt it. Good seats in the house for Championship Sunday. You're going to get a lot of action right at your feet. As you can see here in pictures from the back of the 18th green. Not bad. Not exactly in the circle of friendship yet for Kim. Juke. That driving iron, trying to keep it short of that penalty area. Ooh, just slices into the first cut of rough, but the lie doesn't look too bad. With the simplest of the 3 up and downs upcoming on 18. It's been a bit of a ride since that hole-out eagle for Park. She'll start her campaign in red figures. That'll be a 1 under par 71. Park Bo-kyo. It's got it back to 2 over. Remember, it was 4 over par at the turn, but she's battling bravely. Chance to get to 1 over. Birdie chance on 16, and that's more like it from year 1, who has been such a dominant force on the KLPGA Tour over the last 2.5 years. Not sure who that imposter was in the front line, but the real year 1 has showed up since we made the turn. Now Han-Jin Son on 18 for par, and to set the mark at 67.
Nice.
Well done, Han-Jin Son. That's a really crucial up and down. Hate ending your day with a bogey. Just the 1 drop shot on her card. 6 birdies and a 67 for a lady who has spent most of her career on the top end of the leaderboard at High1 CC. Excellent day's work. Chum's got a 3 woods, just a little soft one. Don't need to go after this by any means. And even with that, tumbles into that rough. Yeah. Pour every last ounce of concentration you have today into this putt. Hopefully it's the last of Kim Si-hyun's day. Indeed it is. So good up and out for Kim Si-hyun. Just the level par 72 today. Started so hot. Horror show on the 3rd, and then 15 straight pars to end for Thursday. Now Hong Jung-min. How close can she get it to this pin on 17? So she's taking a pretty direct line. You can see he tries to grab into that side slope, and that's a very well played shot. Last year's champion, Koji Yu, trying to get back the right side of par, a birdie chance on the 16th. Yep, well holed. Good pace, good line, good birdie. Par 3 as well today. Koji Yu. Two putts. Would be an excellent effort from here for Jo Hye Lim. It's almost 75 feet away and coming down a slight tier. Year one. If she can get this round back to even par, she's going to feel very proud of herself. Ooh, is that a little spinny out to the right? It's going to stay in that right rough, but she's a great tactician, thinks her way around the golf course really well. She'll know what the proper shot is from there. In on the green, Hong Jung-min to move one clear. Putt burns the edge, but remains above ground. GU. Trying to use that higher right side of the fairway to kick it back to the middle. She's got plenty of speed, this young lady. Start to just funnel a little left. Tee shot. So, second to the last for Yoo Hyun-ju. Probably that same club she used off the tee. Okay. Pitch that. 20, 30 yards short of the green. It just keeps rolling and rolling and yeah. Okay. That's the way you hit the green in regulation on 18. Not many do. What you need is height and spin. Stop it on the green. If you can't, you can play the shot that Yoo Hyun-ju just did. Try and land it 20 yards short, hope for a good kick. The problem for Hee Jong coming out of that rough is one. So she's got what looks like a driving iron, so she's going to have to just chip this. And again, pray for a good bounce. You'd much rather be pitching from the back of the green than if you came up short. It's easier to get up and down. Took a pretty hot bounce. Don't think that one's going to stay on the surface. Yeah, but that's fine there. It's a good leave. So, par putt for Jo Hye Lim. Yet to drop a shot today. And remains at 5 under. Really good 2-putt from Joe. trio at 5 under par, but Han Jin-seon already feet up in the clubhouse after that round of 67. Right, coming out of the rough, ball above your feet, back left pin. Just got to start this, I would say, right edge of the TV tower. That's the ideal start line. Don't make the mistake of being in that bunker short. That was nowhere near the trouble. That's what makes EA1 such an impressive young talent. Be able to think her way around a golf course the way she does, when she's out of position, when she's not having the best of days. The patience she shows. That's why she is one of the best and brightest on the KLPGA Tour. Now, Hee-jung, pretty elementary chip shot. Just ball in the back of the stance, hands forward, get a bit of shaft lean, pop and run. How about in? Oh! It stops behind the cup. She can scarcely believe it. What an effort. Be a solid start to her week. Wins on tour. She's had 2 top 3s this season already. Missed the cut last week at the Lotte Open, but signs are good that Hee-jung starting to turn a corner in her game. Now this is a green light pin if you go GU. just pulled it a touch, and that looked like it ran into a pretty awful looking lie. The numbers were wrong there, Gio. That was just a poor shot. Hyunju. Her best effort, it has to be said. Some Buchin saw her get a little lucky on the 13th. That awkward sort of field distance now coming into the 15th. So hard to generate spin, having less than a full shot. Also when you're coming out of the rough. Other side of the golf course, coming towards the end of her round, Zhu Gai-in. He's had a bit of a poor day, the rookie. And that birdie putt is absolutely nothing to write home about. It's going to be a 75. There's work to be done tomorrow if she wants to stick around for a paycheck at the High1 Resorts Ladies Open. The surprise winner last year at Blackstone. But she has really kicked off this year. Yet to win on tour this season, Yu Hyun-ju. Hasn't missed a cut. Is enjoying a terrific run of consistency. 70 to open her campaign. Unfortunately, the most interesting thing about Zhu Gai-in's opening round would be that starfish shirt. 75. Much depends on the lie here for Roji, although she is on a slight upslope, so she'll get decent elevation on this. Good touch. Great hands around the green, Roji. Jungmin managed to keep it in the fairway on 18. And to keep it on the green. And the three co-leaders pitched it on the green, and I don't think that's going to hold. But that is an absolutely fine place to be. Outside chance for EA1 to claw herself all the way back to even par. Everyone with this one low, putting from this side of the green. EA1's going to be no different.
Okay, that's it.
Right, to the front nine. And Joey Lim, second of the 7th. Don't want to pull it here. So Yu Hyun-ju run into some problems. Making a double bogey after finding the penalty area, but the line on this looks pretty good. Oh, it's excellent. It's a hole that Hanjin Sun remembers very fondly. Hold out. To one of her 2 victories here some years ago in the final round. So great. Just through the fairway on 18. She's crafted a beauty. Look at this one working off the slope. That is going to be one of the best shots into this pin on 18 all day long. Might be the best shot we've seen of this green all week. Now this looks like Li Shuying. It is indeed Li Shuying. Ball looks to be sitting up nicely in that rough on the 9th. Had it to 3 under par at 1 point. Now back at 2 under. That flag still whipping, but it's a little bit calmer than it was when our featured groups were making their way through this par 4, so Shu Ying with the chance to post a round in the 60s. Year 1. Going with that hybrid, trying to keep it short of the penalty area and hopefully that rather mangy rough as well. Nope. I'm actually surprised we don't see more players in divots because it seems half the field ends up through the fairway on 18. We're only on day 1. Ah, back to Sung Yujin. Lost a card on the LPGA Tour last season, so now back playing full-time in South Korea. Shows you it's a different league when you start playing on the LPGA Tour. Some of the best in the game. A good learning opportunity and experience for Sung Yujin nonetheless. See if she can carry that newfound understanding and appreciation for the game to some more success domestically. Multiple-time winner here on the KLPGA Tour. Back to Shu Ying, still seeking her first win, but she's come close a couple of times. And that is a horrifically bad putt. Overread, overhit. Now she's got that for par. Now Jiu with the hybrid off the 18th tee. It's going to be a very soft one. It's playing downwind and she does get it out there quite a long ways. Last week's winner, Park Hye-jun, and off to a slow start this week. It's usually quite hard to factor a week after you've come through and gotten a breakthrough title on tour. Winning takes up so much out of you physically, mentally, emotionally. I wouldn't be surprised if she's just a little fatigued after her triumph in Cheong Na last time out. Now to 9 in Park Hye-yeol. Look here, 2001 since the 2018 Seokyeong Networks Classic. Coming off her best year ever on the KLPGA Tour. She finished inside the top 20 on the money list in 2024. And that's a nice way to end your day. Birdie on the last and a 72 to start her championship at High1 CC. It is a rather comical closing hole, and don't mind me saying that because I'll be saying that a lot over the course of this championship. And to force players to not have any option, just everyone has to play it from the same spot. It lets them drive off the tee, and then usually the same club into this very slopey green, not designed to hold long irons and fairway woods. But if you can manufacture an excellent shot, as Hong Jong-min has done, you're left with a rare birdie opportunity. This one working uphill and moving from left to right. If it does drop, it's going to post 66. Grandstand finish, but solid day's work for Hong. Back to 9. Lee Jae-yong. Former Singapore Open champion, like Park Hye-yeol. Ends her day with a birdie. So we'll bounce back after the double on 8. Hong Jong-min. attention. That if anything, this club tends to give Li Shuying some problems from time to time. Okay, rectifies the situation well. Good aggressive stroke. And solid number 70 leaves her inside the top 10 into Friday. Be some break in this for Ro Seung-hui. Though. To 16 and Sung Yoo-jin's tee shot. Ro Seung-hui. If he offered her 71 at the start of the day, I think she would have very happily taken it. It's a formidable test by High1 CC. He score under par. Very welcome. It's a hat ball short of the rough, so a little bit more control on this hybrid. And guess what? That's going to go through the green. Splendid shot on 7. Goes out to the birdie for Jo Hye Lim. Yes, she moves one clear once more. A 6th birdie of the day. As Jo Hye Lim up into the solo lead with 2 to play. She's got to keep this close to the right edge of the green and obviously pitch it short. Now pull that big bounce. That is going to be right up against the TV tower. You get relief from that, of course. So, she leads by 1 again. Jo Hye Lim. Still come up short on 8. That ball will find a watery grave, especially with the front pin. Anything just past it will be absolutely fine. Yeah. Good, solid shot. Been in good control of the golf game today, Jo Hye Lim. Certainly reflected that. Hye-Won's ball got all the way through the area where the players walk off the green and up into that cart path. I see her on the left-hand side of the screen there. That is indeed the case. That's a pretty awful break. Went up that far into the back of the green, which is up against the TV tower. It's a very standard drop. But still get temporary immovable obstruction, a line of sight relief, excuse me, from that TV tower. To be able to drop it to the right as we're looking down from that very TV tower. It presents a far more complicated up and down, so I think her playing partners are going to go ahead and finish up this hole while Hye-Won waits for a rules official. There she is. So she'll be dropping right. Look in that area where she's standing, but if that area is nearer the hole, she's going to have to keep going further right. Nearer the hole. Because you can't go back sort of behind where our camera is, because there's a bush there. The cart path. And all manner of unpleasant things. So Hee-Jong almost hold it from this spot. So we know it's a pretty basic chip. Ko Ji-Yu. Lovely try. And that'll be a nice way to ease herself into that title defense. Start off with a solid round. Don't need anything flashy, but you can so easily blow yourself out of contention. Crushed under the weight of expectation. Like a lot of players, I think she'll be pretty pleased with that 71. Up to 12th on the money list after their triumph last week. Heard that come out a little bit softer than anticipated. Fairly obvious. We can't go left there because there's more grandstands and hospitality. The question is, how far right does she go? Okay. This official getting involved. Never seen this one before. She's actually taking the player's driver and then trying to find a spot. And again, it's just such a strange setup at the back of this green. Probably just as well that we've got that fan area, fan seating area with the chairs, because that was a solid grandstand. I mean, she might actually have to go all the way almost to the staircase of the one at the top right of your screen. So that drop not completed just yet. So why not watch Park Hye-Jin putt for her par? Solid round. Solid back nine, I should say. 5 work to be done. Inside left edge here. Got to keep your speed up. She does. So good start to the title defense for Goji Yu. Start Friday inside the top 20. Right, drop finally taken for year 1. It's a bit of a dried out hard pan, so it's a very tight lie that she's got. The good news is she'll be pitching back into the slope a little bit. You have to expect that first bounce is going to be right, to be to the right. Just crisp contact, clean contact, so important from here. Easier said than done. Done well. So Sung Yujin back on the 16th. Tries for birdie to go to 3 under. She stretched the advantage. And in a birdie on 8. That wasn't far off. Good try. Nicely mopped up. Jen remains 2 under, within 4. Jo Hye Lim's lead. Lim making her way up her final hole of the day at the 9th. Let's go to E1's hopefully final stroke in what's been a brave comeback on this back 9. Turned in 40, he's picked up 3 birdies and no drop shots on the inward half. That's a round the world 4 on the last. Showing her class here, year 1. And he would have easily folded like a lawn chair after that disappointing front 9, but she's battled back bravely. She's given herself a chance to play the weekend, and with her scoring power, you never know. leaderboard right now. A number of players still one good round away from vaulting themselves back into contention, but it's Joe Here Lim who leads the way at 6 under par. Now, Kim Go-woon is left to right out for birdie on 16, currently 1 over par, and a putt that really never looked like it was going in. Tough day at the office as well for Yu Gina. Chance to pick up a shot here on 16. Pulled that horrific putting stroke. You could see he just cut across that one. Never even sniffed the right line coming off that putter face. To 17, and Hyoda Bin. Nice level lie in the fairway. Get in with that back left hole location. You can try and use those slopes just to the right. Funnel it in. Direct looking line. That's the problem. You go straight at it. You pitch on that down slope. It's almost like it lands on a ping pong table. Goes straight through the back of the green. Amateurs in the field, young Ian Saw, stellar tee shot to 16, but he's still got to clean this one up. A good birdie there for the teenager. Get herself back to 3 over. Much like Yu Hyun-ju, playing the par 3 as well. Birdie's on 8 and now 16. In. Just in the rough here. The ball looks like it's sat down in some of the matted down rough. So this is going to be a tricky lie to read. I reckon it's going to come out a little slow, so get a little steeper into it. Steeper angle hopefully means less blades of grass caught between club face and ball, but still look out right here. Don't be that bunker short left. Clever shot. Nicely worked out. Briefly headed up to 4 under at one point. Oh, that's a disappointing. So get back to the clubhouse for O. Yun Swa, level on her day as she hits the second shot to 17. Again, another player that just lands in the downslope, and another player through the back. Being 4 under par at one point in her round to end the day at 71 will be a little disappointing. Those 3 bogeys in her closing 4 holes. Second shot for your championship leader on her final hole. Julia Lim with just 94 meters left and the breeze has calmed down, so the shot's a little bit easier. She's taking full advantage. And for a round of 65. To 16. Kang Kai-yul is up to 4 under par. Unlucky, that pitch a little softer than we've seen a couple of balls on this par 3. There's some Eugene. Quick putt from the right hand side of 17. but maybe that's just a product of the green slowing down a little in the day. Slope a little too much respect there, Jin.
내리막 안 봐도 돼요?
어차피 현지 내리막 정도면
To end with a flourish. It's been a hugely impressive day. Joe here, Lim, would love to cap it off with one final birdie. Gosh, I'm glad we stayed for that. That was poor. Goodness. Never had that started high enough. But when everything adds up, it's a very impressive opening round of 66 for Joe here, Lim. Par to finish. Take the lead into Friday here at High1 Resorts. GF Company, Kang Gae-yeol might have something to say about it. This is a chance to get within one, but nowhere near the target. Well, it's been an eventful opening round here at High1cc, so why don't we look back at some of the highlights. And we'll start with Han Jin-sun, two-time champion here. Birdied her opening hole and went on to add another here at the fourth. Waste little time in collecting a third. Set up by a beautiful approach from 121 meters at the par 5 fifth. At this point, the lead started to get awfully bunched. She made it 5 players tied at that stage. Hong Jung-min, a couple of groups behind, was having a bit of a topsy-turvy start. Birdied her opening hole, doubled the second, birdied the third, and then would birdie the fourth after that excellent approach. Almost a case of deja vu. You saw the excellent approach from Han Jin-sun. Well, Hong Jung-min will do the same with a similar result. 5 holes played, not a birdie on the card. Hong Jung-min got herself up to 2 under par. Up ahead at 9. At this point, there were 9 players tied for the lead. Well, not for long, because Han Jin-sun would can one from off the back of the green to turn in 32 with her name to the top of the leaderboard. This was probably one of the shots of the day. Park Bo-kyum on the par 5 11th. Beautiful sawed-off approach. Rolled it in like a putt. Into the bottom of the cup for an eagle 3. But Julia Lim is having a very solid back 9. Her front 9 of the day. A rare birdie at 18. Turned her in 32. Couple with Han Jin-sun's bogey. That would leave her alone at the top, and she would waste little time in picking up her second birdie of the day. Got to the drivable first, pitched it almost under the green, just ran through the back, but really left herself in a very good spot to the accessible hole location. Pitched up to this point, and then calmly rolled it in to double her advantage to 2 at 5 under par. While that was happening on the front side of the golf course, on the back 9, Han Jin-sun would make amends for her bogey on 10 with that birdie at the 13th. And Hong Jung-min find a birdie of her own at the par 5 11th.
Nice birdie.
She'd follow that one up with another here at 13. matching line and pace beautifully. Han Jin-seon make that ball dance around the pin again. Glorious shot here into the par 550. Setting up her 6th birdie of the day en route to an opening round of 67. And there were no shortage of birdies from Hong Jung-min today. She was this close, driving off with a brand new BMW. Tee shot that never left the flagstick on this par 3. That would be her 8th birdie of the day. She too matches Han Jin-seon with a round of 67. But the lady they're all trying to catch is Jo Hye Lim, who was bunkered off the tee at the 7th, but it wouldn't bother her one bit. In fact, she would find a birdie from it, courtesy of this excellent approach. So a bogey-free round of 66 leaves Jo Hye Lim one clear at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the opening round here at High1 CC. I'm sure we're going to see more birdies tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be around to join us. Bye-bye for now.